Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, definitely.
Yeah, I agree with it.
Yes.
Yes.
Very wise decision made by the government.
Yeah, I agree with the math and science subject taught in English.
In my opinion, math and science should be taught in English.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I agree with that.
Because English is very general. It's like everybody in the world uses English, so it's only better if we Malaysians are taught in English also, so that when we go out into the world, then we will also be educated well.
Because it's a multi-language, like all the countries use English.
Because English is the lingua franca of the whole world, and it's the language of all the businesses and I mean basically between every country. So it's a good way to step forward, like we teach everything in English.
Because I feel that these days, English is a very powerful language and we need to learn it. So with maths and science and English, it helps the students to learn the subject in English and betters the language.
English is the only language can unite all the races. So it's quite important that everybody to use English. Math and science subject.
English is more important than English. English is very general. The whole world speaks English. I don't see people in UK speaking Malay.
To learn maths and science English in tertiary level, so you might as well get used to it in high school. So it's less of a challenge. Because English is very for us and then in foreign language. And I think Malay is not a very good choice for us to learn science and maths.
Because English is one of the main mediums of language in the world. So teaching math and English is a very good thing. And use English in the universal level.
Because English is the international language, so if now we learn English for science and math, we can compare, or it's better for us if we want to go overseas.
Because this will actually show that Malaysians are actually improving on certain matters which we're not following the past.
So it prepares us in the, as you know, most of the science and subjects in future is going to be in English. So if we are teaching in Malay, it won't be making any sense because in future we need to learn in English. So it prepares us to learn in future.
Because I think English is a universal language these days, and I think the children should be educated, English educated in school.
Because we are learning maths and science in English. So I think why stop that thing now? And standard 1 students are learning it, and now like they are from a standard 3 or 4 already. So if you stop now, it's pity them.
Yeah, it will be a waste of time, right? Okay.
It's because if a student want to further their studies in overseas, it will be easier for them because for them study medium there is also in English, right?
No, because the more languages there are, there will be more complications, there will be more fights and everything about which language should be used and not, and then it will be very complicating and it will be very tough for the students as well.
But don't you want to prevent or maybe protect your own languages?
I'm sure that can be done in other ways, such as having your own language. I mean, it doesn't have to be in science and maths because it will bring a lot of troubles.
Okay.
No. When you go to study in overseas, they are not going to teach you Tamil, Chinese, science, maths. Only going to teach you English. So good English.
I don't think so. Because see, English is a universal language, and if let's say we learn it in even Mandarin, which is considered quite an important language now, it's not really a step forward in our education system. In order to really progress in the education system and to expose our graduates more, English is the way to go.
Main it's English and they shouldn't change it. It's not easy to adapt to the same thing.
Because it's not necessary.
No, definitely. It will cause more troubles, like they cannot understand the language because they have to learn a lot of things.
But sitting both PM and English, would it be? No, I think that would be a bit confusing. I think you just stick to music.
No, I don't think so.
So you disagree with the way they like PMR or UPSR the bilanguage?
Yes, I disagree. As I said before, most universities all over the world study math and science in English. You don't use any other language, so English is still the best way to teach math and science.
I don't think so. Although I'm a Chinese-based student, but I don't think that English, science and math should be teaching English and Chinese because, as I say, English is more important for our future. No, because the matter is that the teacher don't have skill and the teacher language is very bad. Then there is teacher problem, not the language problem.
Okay, so in the sense of you are telling us that language is not a very problem. So that kind of we can also use Chinese, right?
I disagree using Chinese.
If this is the case, the government should consider to try to teach the students in their own language. Like for Chinese, they can teach Chinese in mathematics and science, but when the students get into the secondary school, they may implement the use of English in their science and mathematics.
So you are meaning that we should use our language, our mother tongue in our primary school, but not in secondary school?
Yes. Yeah. So this will help students can actually benefit and they will learn and understand what is taught by the lecturers.
If you're going to teach it in English, those subjects, we don't need to teach those subjects in the other languages. It difficult to students more.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, it's not primary. I mean, like, you don't teach it as a primary thing. You teach, like, you can learn it just for fun, not a must thing. You see. Yeah, just for extra knowledge in other languages.
So that means that we can maybe in teaching English we can give some terms in Chinese
if they want to.
Okay.
Yeah, extra classes.
Oh, I think that math and science should be taught in from 1 to 3 to 5. But for standard for primary school students, they should be taught in their mother tongue and both mother tongue and their because they need to know the terms in their own language also.
In order to protect their own language, right? Yeah.
I don't think so. For the same reasons actually.
Okay. So shouldn't you wanted to protect your own language as well?
But why should only maths and English taught in that? That can be like separate subject, right?
Dual language. The formality of it, like the textbook or exercise or exam, I think better stick to the mother tongue language, the language of Chinese language or Indian language. But if the teacher want to improvise their teaching method, they can use English or Malay language or any other language that can accommodate the situation or the class. Say like if the teacher is teaching urban school where the